Hi everybody, it's Debra from peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about a dog training program called the Dog Calming Code that was created by professional dog trainer and behavioral specialist Doggy Dan specifically for dog aggression. Now, if you've been here before, you know that dog aggression is a big topic on my site, and it is on my website as well. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more later in the video. I'm going to give you some more resources, some more videos about dog aggression, and to answer maybe some of the questions you might have about it. But for right now, I just want to tell you about what I consider the best training to calm down an aggressive dog and to deal with an aggressive dog. And it's super effective, in my opinion, because its foundation is understanding why your dog is being aggressive to begin with. So let me step back just for a second. If you have not been here before, my name is Debra. I own peoplelovinganimals.com, and several times a month I do videos all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. So if you have a pet who you would like to receive continuous help with, please go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and share this channel with your friends and family who have a dog or a cat. They might like this sort of information as well, especially if you know someone who's having a problem with their dog or cat, because I could very well have help and solutions for them on this YouTube channel. And if today's video is helpful, please go ahead and give it a like. Now, I'm going to give you a link to this article called Dog Training for Aggressive Dogs. I'm going to give you the link to that in the description box. I'm also going to give you a link to the Dog Calming Code training. It'll take you directly to it. And I'm also going to be linking some other videos, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. But like I say, professional dog trainer, behavioral specialist Doggy Dan, he owns the dog training website called the onlinedogtrainer.com, which, by the way, has been my number one, really my only dog training recommendation on my website for more than 7 years now. And again, the reason that I promote it, the reason why I stand by it, the reason why I always recommend Doggy Dan's training is because it is super effective. And like I say, I believe it's super effective because it focuses on understanding why your dog is doing whatever they're doing, whether it's aggression or biting or barking or separation anxiety, all kinds of things. So he, like I say, he owns the dog training website called the onlinedogtrainer.com. And this particular training program is made specifically for aggressive dogs. It's called the Dog Calming Code. Now, this is what the Dog Calming Code is all about. Number one, it sets up a new healthy relationship between you and your dog. Setting up a good relationship with your dog is one of the most important things that you can do as a dog owner. And when you get this right, everything else will fall into place. Again, not just with dog aggression, but with any behavioral issues you may be having with your dog. Number two, it makes the dog training easier. Once you've got the Dog Calming Code in place and a solid relationship set up with your dog, you'll find that your dog is listening to you, wanting to follow your lead and take direction. Basically, if you can do the exercises in Doggy Dan's training with your dog, then you will begin to understand why your dog thinks the way he thinks, and then you'll be able to communicate with your dog in a way the dog can understand, and instead of the way we think they should be able to understand. How many people have done this when you're trying to train a puppy or a dog or a cat, or even a kid for that matter? How many times have you said, go lay down, for example, or stop barking? And they don't, and what do? You say it louder. Stop barking. It's like, okay, the dog didn't understand it the first time. He's not going to understand it the second time, and you saying it louder doesn't make it any more easy for the dog to understand. So it really is all about understanding why your dog is doing what they do and how you can communicate with your dog in a way that they can understand. The third benefit that the dog calming code is all about is that the dog calming code is totally instinctive to dogs. This is dog training that actually makes sense to your dog. You'll be able to communicate with your dog in a way that they'll immediately understand. You'll be speaking your dog's language, which is the easiest, most effective way of training your dog in stopping dog aggression. Number 4, the dog calming code builds tolerance. Your dog will not be reacting when something alarming occurs, like a child playing, a squirrel running, a friend coming over for a visit, somebody walking down the sidewalk, another dog approaching, all the sort of things that might be triggering your dog to be aggressive. They're going to have more tolerance. They're going to have more control of their emotions, and you are going to have more control of the dog because you have learned how to effectively communicate with the dog in a way that the dog can understand. These things will be far less likely to set your dog off. Okay. Number 5, the result of the dog calming code is a calm dog. Soon after putting the dog calming code in place, you'll notice that your dog is generally far calmer. That's because your dog is now focused, watching and listening to you. They'll be able to switch off, not be so alert and anxious, and be much calmer and happier about life. Now, the dog calming code has a series of 5 emotion-based exercises in it. If you're familiar at all with Doggy Dan, you might have heard this referred to as the 5 golden rules. And it's basically 5 steps that you can take to communicate with your dog. I don't want to go on and on about it because I don't want to sit here and do the training for you. I want you to get it from Doggy Dan, but it's a series of 5 exercises that you can do with your dog to gain your dog's respect, to gain their trust, to help them to settle down, to help them to handle their own emotions, and to just get control of this whole situation, okay? Now, a couple of things before we go. Hang with me for just another minute. First of all, I mentioned Doggy Dan is the owner of the online dogtrainer.com. I'm going to give you a direct link to his website. I'll also give you a link to my full review of his dog training website, which, by the way, you can go to the dog training website itself if you are having other issues with your dog, like barking or biting or anything else. But if you're doing the dog calming code, then you're automatically going to be addressing pretty much any issue that you're having with your dog, not just the aggression. But I will give you a link to this. Now, also, I wanted to let you know that in the description box, I'm going to give you a link for a few more things. Like I say, I've done a lot of videos and a lot of posts on my website about dog aggression. So I'm going to link those videos for you in the description box. There's our videos about what's the reason for dog aggression, why do dogs become aggressive, what to do about dog aggression, how to stop dog aggression. I also have a video called Misconceptions About Dog Aggression, and that's a pretty interesting one because sometimes people think dogs are being aggressive for a certain reason, and they're not. Also, people think that certain dogs are aggressive, certain dog breeds are aggressive, small dogs, big dogs. So that's a pretty interesting video just to understand the misconceptions about dog aggression. I also have a video about why your dog thinks that aggression is necessary. And again, this all goes back to understanding why your dog is doing it to begin with. And I'm also going to give you a video, I can't remember the title exactly, but it's about how to handle or how to deal with an aggressive dog. And that's more specifically like if you're on a walk and you get approached by an aggressive dog, what exactly to do about that, okay? So I hope so much that all of this information is helpful. I'm going to give you all the links in the description box. And because you've stayed till the end of this video, I'm going to give you just the extra courtesy of telling you right up front right now the cost of this. Doggy Dan's dog calming code is $37. That's it. It's $37, and it does come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so it's affordable, it's effective, it's easy to follow, and I get really, really happy when I see anybody buy the dog calming code, because in my mind, I'm going to try not to get emotional. That's one more dog that's not getting in trouble, right? I think dog aggression is such a serious, serious issue for so many reasons. it's one more, if an owner can get control of a dog who's aggressive, and if they can do it in a way that is taught to them by a professional dog trainer and behavioral specialist, so that that dog owner has a complete understanding of why this dog is behaving this way to begin with, and then they can get a hold of the dog in a kind and loving way and just end up with a calm and loving, non-aggressive dog. If that can happen, and it certainly does every day of the week when people are going through the 5 emotion exercises and the dog calming code, then that's, like I say, that's one less dog getting in trouble. That's one less dog that's being euthanized because it bit somebody or was aggressive with a child or something. That's one less dog, dog or person or child that's being injured by an aggressive dog, okay? An aggressive dog is a dog that cannot control their emotions for very specific reasons, and it is so simple to understand. Go through the training and you'll see what I mean. But I get very emotional whenever I see that somebody has purchased this program, because in my mind, one less dog not being returned to the shelter, one less dog not being dropped off at the SPCA, one less dog not being taken out back and shot. I'm sorry, but I've seen that happen. One less dog that's, out in the doghouse, for example, living in the doghouse because the family couldn't control him. So it means a lot to me to be able to give you this information, to be able to provide you with this resource, to be able to get real, actual, effective, usable, doable, affordable help. Again, I'm getting emotional. It's a big issue, isn't it? And if you're here, if you went so far as to come to YouTube and say, what do I do about my aggressive dog? Then, you probably got a big problem, and you're probably very upset for you. You're probably upset for your family. You're probably upset for your dog. You're probably afraid for your neighbors. You're afraid for your kids. You're afraid for the neighbor's cat. Maybe you're fighting with your spouse. Maybe your spouse is like, that's it, we're getting rid of the dog, and you're desperately trying to, keep the dog. I feel for you, okay? And I do understand it's a very serious issue, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you found this, and I would love it so much if you would come back to this video and comment. If you do try out Doggy Dan's dog training, please come back and comment so that other people watching this video in the future can benefit from your real life review. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching. If the video was helpful, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you're not already. Giving videos a like and subscribing are a way that YouTube knows that you liked the video or that you found it valuable, and then YouTube will push that video out to more people. And because dog training in general, and specifically dog aggression, are such a big issue, I'm asking you to please go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video on social media, share it with your friends and family who have a dog, so that more people can see this, so that YouTube will push this out to more people, so that we can add more dogs to that list. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm such a sap. If you've been here before, you know that I am. So again, thanks so much for watching. My name is Debra, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Sap. Thanks, guys.